So how'd it go, Coach?
It was, I don't know, it was a second scrimmage, I guess. Thought the defense got the better part of it, especially early. And then they gave up some big plays at the end, but early on, the offense couldn't do much.
Do you still have issues with offensive line injuries?
Boy, do we. I don't know about injuries. We've got issues with offensive line, though.
Imagine frustrating, you can't get
Pretty
a handle on it.
frustrating. Yeah,
Has
don't
Chris
seem to
made
be
it back?
getting any better.
Has Chris Griffin made it back to practice?
Yeah, I think he started. I don't know how long he played. Wasn't out there long.
What are the issues with the, I mean,
We're not very good.
worse than you thought? I mean, is this their,
Well, I don't know if it's worse than I thought. It's not very good.
Hey,
how does it get better? Like, what, how do you?
I don't know.
Zach,
You just keep practicing, you keep working on it. What we're doing clearly ain't working.
is the execution, scheme, what the
it's
guys
not
can do?
all. I mean, anytime when you play like that, it's if they happen to fall into a block and get it right, then the skill guys screw it up, or quarterbacks weren't very good either. Taquan Marshall did some really good things. I think that's going to be a good move. He's a little, he's quick, hard to tackle. Hell, he was the best player on offense, probably, hands down, wasn't even close.
Can he push Matthew to be the backup?
Yeah, he might push the other guy.
Is Justin playing like himself yet?
He got hurt early. Somebody stepped on his foot. So, yeah, he didn't do much.
But have you been pleased with how he's progressing this
Well,
spring?
we've only had two deals.
Sure.
And you know, certainly, sometimes it's hard to evaluate those guys when everybody around them can't do what they're supposed to. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, a good athlete like Taquan just can run around. He can make people miss when you turn them loose.
On defense, is anyone making a case to be a starter in the secondary?
You know, without watching it, I don't know. Corey Griffin's made some nice tackles when guys break at safety, but he's also given up some big plays. But he's in a tough spot the way they're playing. But on some
Of course, he's the one with the
stuff.
experience, too.
Yeah. Probably the guy who's caught my eye has been the most consistent is AJ at safety. Yeah, I think he's more, confident and he's playing really well.
Well, when you're coming off a bad season, is there a certain edge you're looking for? Just when they finally get out of practice, in the spring.
You'd like to think that guys would want to compete and want to fight and not just try to get through it. But I'm not sure that offensively we had any kind of urgency this morning to get through it.
In spring ball, is it usually a case where defense could be ahead of the offense coming in?
It goes back and forth. I mean, it'll go day to day sometimes. But, yeah, that part I don't care about. I mean, you're gonna do that. I just care about competing and knowing what you're supposed to do and not turning guys loose and those kind of things. I'll bet you in whatever plays we ran, maybe 100 with 3 groups, I'll bet you there's 50 bust. And you're playing against the same stuff on both sides of the ball. I'm talking about both sides of the ball. I mean, it's ridiculous.
In terms of the line stuff, is it more interior line, or is it is the guard and center?
It's all of them, all the above, my friend.
I imagine that's extra frustrating because at least the 2 tackles are the guys you played with last year.
2 tackles are the only guys that have really played. I mean, really, that's it. You got the 2 tackles. Michael Munns is playing center with the ones. The right guard's been a revolving door because Chris Griffin can't practice. I'm trying to think who the left guard is.
Andrew
Marshall. So he hadn't, played. When he's played, he's been the center. So
I guess you would expect the 2 tackles to make a jump from their freshman to their sophomore year.
Yeah, and I think they will.
What is Chris's injury?
Had his surgery a year ago, and he hasn't been right since.
Oh, really?
Yeah, bottom line, I mean, that's just the truth.
I remember you saying in January that, pass protection is going to be number 1 priority.
Mm-hmm. Still is.
What have you, is that a matter of changing the way you do things in practice, or how do you make it a priority?
Just work on it. I mean, we've changed up protections a little bit but you just work on it. You just got to block people. You got to stay in front of them.
Is part of this explainable by, as you're saying, a lot of them are new guys and there's a revolving door, or is it more kind of they're just not playing well and making mistakes?
Probably all the above.
Do you get to the point where are you going to be more hands-on with that group, or?
Yeah, something's gonna happen. I'm not gonna watch that again. Sick of it.
Anything else?
Curious about the satellite camp ban. You have any thoughts about?
Yeah, I think they finally got it right. I mean, originally camps were set up to teach fundamentals and to teach kids or whatever, and somewhere it took a right turn where it came all about recruiting. And, that's all those things were, is go to some city and fly in and recruit. There's enough stuff now, enough video, enough tape, enough stuff. You don't have to fly around to go to camps everywhere.
I imagine you don't want.
Everybody's got 80 people that work for them. Everybody but us. But literally, they do. I mean, we've got probably the smallest staff in the league. They've all got 8 to 10 analysts. I mean, I just saw a rule they're proposing to cut it back to 25. I was trying to think. I think we got 20. We'll be all right.
So you're moving up to 25.
If they cut it back to 25, we'll be gaining.
One of the things you bring up with that, they changed the rule now. You can look at stuff in the box, like you can look at video and
I
stuff.
don't know what the conference is going to have to come up with something. There again, they pass stuff without knowing what's going to happen. We talked about it on the conference call. Not only do both sides have to have the same stuff, I mean, to be equitable and be fair,
Mm-hmm.
how are you going to do it when the press boxes aren't the same size? Or they're not equipped the same? Because you go on the road, the Vista press box is nothing like the home press box in a lot of stadiums.
Well, you were in a trailer last year,
You're going
too.
to be talking
Yeah.
about hundreds of thousands of dollars to get that right. I mean, that's going to be a big cost.
When you say 25, is that like entire football staff? or how-
The way they count it would be the assistant coaches, the ops guys, and the recruiting analyst.
And-
25. That doesn't count the strength or the secretaries or administrative or whatever. So like for us, we have 9 full-time coaches. We have 4 GAs, that's 13. We have an analyst, a special teams guy, that's 14. We have 2 ops guys, that's 16. We got 4 down in the recruiting office. Andy, Britt, Saeed, and Brad. So we got 20 total.
But you don't have any.
Some of the school, Clemson's got like 40.
Well, like Clemson just hired the coach from Grayson to be a quality control analyst, and all these schools are hiring those people, but you don't have any on your staff
It's
yet.
turning into basketball, because what happens is you go and you hire the high school coaches, and then that helps you in recruiting.
Would you like to be in a position to do that, or you're not allowed to?
Sure, it would help. I mean, the more high school coaches you hire, the more connections they got, the better it would be. But you got to be able to pay them more than they're making coaching in high school.
Is it both a money and a space issue? You guys don't have a lot of space either.
Yeah, I mean, it's just something we hadn't done.
Is that something you'd like to?
I think you
Move
just
the
want
ball?
to be competitive with everybody else. I think that setting it at 25 is a good rule. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? 25 is probably a good number.
Is that is there an NCAA committee that's talking about that, or is it the football
It's
coaches?
the oversight committee, which is going to be the new rules committee, I think.
All right. Thanks, everybody.